We would like to thank London Spire's mobile home community for the use of their clubhouse in the production of the following program. London Spires, exceptional values in senior living, close to shopping, golf, fishing, and restaurants. 951-658-1818.
Hi, I'm so glad you're here with me today. Remember, you can join me every single day, 9 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the evening. I just want you to be a part of this ministry. Come and join and be a part of it. We are at London Spires. We are here. They've given us their wonderful clubhouse to come and to film our cooking show. This is food for body and soul. Not only feeding your body, because you have to do that, but you must feed your soul as well. So I encourage you to just join us and become a part of feeding your body and your soul. I'm going to minister today. I want to give you my scripture for the day. It's in Colossians 3:2, and it is, "Set your affections on things above, not on things on earth." Now, I can remember telling my children, you know, don't be worrying about what's going on here and, you know, what you're doing and where you're going, and think about the things of the Lord, think about the things of heaven. And they kind of looked at me and said, "Have you lost your mind? We're too young to be worrying about heaven and worrying about those kinds of things." But you know, as the years go on, it's amazing how if you set your affection on things above, the things on earth will come to you so much easier. And there'll be a cherished place in your heart if you think about heaven. And because that is the place we are going. If you serve the Lord, love the Lord, He's your very own, then that's where your destination is. We're just passing through this world. And so I challenge you to set your affections on Him. Colossians 3:2. I want to give you a recipe today that I am so excited about. You'd think that I'd found some pot of gold somewhere, because I know what it is to be a mom and to have something that you can just throw together and the kids think it's wonderful. They can help, they can be a part of it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make fudge. And I'm going to make fudge that will take about 3 minutes. Now, just pick yourself back up off the floor, sit back down in your chair, because I'm going to show you how easy this is. I've heard many people say, "Oh, I've got a 3-minute fudge, I've got a 5-minute fudge." I have burned more fudge and more marshmallow and more sugar than I care to think about. And I'm going to show you how easy. Now, this is Ghirardelli chocolate. If you shop around, you can find this chocolate, which is the best chocolate to use for this recipe. You can find it for half the price if you just check around and do some comparative shopping. Because there's no need having a recipe if you can't afford to go buy the chocolate to do it. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to take a third of this package and I'm going to put it in the bottom of this dish. And I'm going to put it in the microwave. And I'm going to microwave it for 30 seconds. Now, 30 seconds only. Don't do any longer than 30 seconds. You take it out and you stir it. Even if it's not melted, it doesn't matter because the heat is still in those little chocolate chips. So let's go ahead and put it in. Remember, this is a third. Let me find my thing, and that's going to be for 30 seconds. And when you take this out, you're going to stir it. If it's starting to melt, you just keep stirring, stirring, stirring. I'll show you exactly the pattern to do it in. 30 seconds, when that goes off, you take it out and you start stirring. And then when we do that, once we stir it, we're going to add the other third of the package of chocolate. We're going to put it back in the microwave and we're going to stir it again. And we're going to stir it until it melts. We got 2 seconds, 1 second, here we go. Now, you can see that this is barely starting to melt. Doesn't matter. You take this and you stir it up because the heat is in that chocolate in those little chips. So I'm going to take these back off. I get to lick, I'm sorry. I'll clean with the other finger when I bring it back. Okay, We're going to pop it back in. How long are we going to do it for? 30 seconds. All righty, here we go. So cook time, 30 seconds. Now anybody can do this, and you know what? Your kids will be able to see the finished product instantly. You don't have to wait a long time. You don't have to cook it for 30 minutes. You don't have to pour it out and wait for anything. Now it does need to set up, but you can take it and put it in the refrigerator, and in 10 minutes it's ready to go. If you don't want to do that, you just leave it set out, and it'll slowly, it will get hard over the evening time. There's our next 30 seconds. Now, see the difference? Now, what we're going to do is we are going to stir, 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 stir. What we're doing, we are tempering this chocolate. So you need to stir it and get it really smooth. Remember, only 30 seconds at a time. Stir that all up. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Now we're going to add a third. Little more. Okay, and we're going to put it back in the microwave for another 30 seconds. How many times have you wanted, I don't think I did it right. Nope, stop. Okay, cook time. 30 seconds. How many times have you wanted a piece of fudge and you said it'll take hours to make me a piece of fudge? You can come in, throw these things in the microwave, get it ready. If you don't want it to set up, you can eat it with a spoon. Now, I can't tell you anything better than eating chocolate with a spoon. Now, with this as well, I'm going to put pecans in this. Pecans are a little expensive. If you're going to find a good deal on the Ghirardelli, you don't want to spend $10 for pecans. What you can do, now see, we're going to stir this up again. Look at that. Just 30 seconds. Stir, stir, stir. This is called tempering. Tempering, tempering. And so what the deal is you don't want to have a good thing for chocolate and then you put so much expense in it that it's not worth you doing it for your family. Remember, stir, stir, stir. Don't be afraid to stir. You know, other chocolates that I have made, the more you stir it, it turns to sugar and you ruin it. That is not the case with this. You just keep stirring it and stirring it and stirring it. It's cooling down that other chocolate that's in there. Okay. Remember, 30 seconds, that's all you do it. Now we're going to take this. Take this off. This is your last third. Now what this is going to do is this is going to be the last time. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm not going to put that in the microwave. I'm just going to stir. Because the heat of that is going to stir, or it's going to melt this chocolate. So the first 2 times, you're going to go ahead and you're going to melt it. When you add your last third, you let the chocolate, the warmth of the chocolate, melt the other chocolate chips. Just keep stirring it. See how that's just melting that down. If you see for some reason that you don't think that it is going to melt those chocolate chips, you can go ahead and pop it in for another 10-15 seconds, but we're just going to keep stirring. Okay. Remember, you can go to our webpage, almv.us, pick up all of these recipes. Watch the sermons that are on there. Watch the cooking show. There's all kinds of other information that you can pull up on there. Now I'm going to take this for just 10 seconds and I'm going to pop it back in there. Normally it would be just 30, 30 and then the last. But I'm going to go ahead and do just a hair. It's not going to hurt it. I'm just going to do it for probably 10 seconds. Just to get that chocolate a little bit warm for those last chocolate chips. Remember our scripture in Colossians 3:2? And it is set your affections on things above, not on things of the earth. Look at that. Gee, just 10 more seconds. Look how that just took those last chips. You're not going to hurt it, but you do not want to melt them all at one time. You want to do them 30 seconds at a time. Because if you melt them all at once, you're not tempering the chocolate and it won't set up right. Okay. Stir, stir, stir. Look at that nice glossy. I could just take a big spoon of that and eat it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take our pecans and cut these all up. Again, you can use cranberries, you can use marshmallows, you can use dried apricots. I mean, there's so many things that you can do with this recipe that you do not have to make expensive pecans to make it. You could use cashews, peanuts, you name it. It's just a never-ending recipe. Now we're going to put these in. I'm not going to put these little shavings in there because I don't want them to be in the... See, it's so forgiving, just wonderful. Now don't tell me this isn't something that would just thrill your heart. Now I want to tell you, if you're a diabetic, this is not for you. But you know what? You can get the sugar-free. Now I have to tell you, I haven't made it like that. So I don't know how the chocolate melts. But I'll try that sometime and offer that. Get an idea. Let's go ahead and we're going to put these. Now these are going to take, if you set them on the counter, it's going to take overnight for this to set up. But if you want them in the refrigerator, they'll set up within 10-15 minutes. We got a silly gnat or something. And you can take this also and you can spread it out and thin and then just cut it, which would make a nice, got a silly gnat one to. Which would make a nice, it would make as much as this sheet. You'd have all the kids standing right beside your elbow waiting for every bit of this to come out. And you know, another way you could do this, you could take these and take plastic spoons and take it and dip it, or take it out of here like this, only in a plastic spoon, and then set the plastic spoons up to harden. And then the kids would have the chocolate right on the end of the spoon. So let me take this and clean it up. Okay, the next thing we're going to make is a banana split. Now, a banana split is a little different. Let me get my dish out. This banana split on the bottom has ice cream sandwiches. So we're going to take these ice cream sandwiches and we're going to layer them in the bottom of our dish. Whoop, whoop. runaway ice cream sandwich. Just take it, lay it right there in the bottom. Now you want the whole thing covered, because this is going to be the base for your casserole. I don't know anybody who wouldn't like this. It's got all the components and easy to serve. Just push that baby right in there. Well, I'm so glad you've come today, and I hope all of the menus and things that I do for you, that it's something that you're blessed and that your family enjoys doing it, because that's what we're here for. I want to have encouragement for you. You know, the scriptures that we use, it's food seasoned with scripture. That's what we have, food seasoned with scripture. So I'm going to cut this in half. Stick this right in here. And this one here, I'm going to have to eat later. I'll let it right, I just might have to take a bite of that. Let's throw this away. Okay, now we take our casserole. See how these, look how glossy they are. Now I have to tell you that after they sit a while out in the air, they turn a little, they don't stay quite as shiny, but I'll tell you, the flavor of it is excellent. Excellent. Okay, all right, now what we're going to do next is we are going to take, I ate my ice cream scoop. Oh no. That's all right, I'll just use a big spoon. You take your ice cream and you fill this all up. And you know, when you get a banana split, they give you the strawberry, the chocolate, and the vanilla, don't they? Well, we're going to do the same thing. And then you just cut this, serve it in, you know, like you would a piece of cake. And it is wonderful. What is not good about this? Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Smooth this all out. You want the ice cream to be everywhere. You don't want to cut into it. Now, as you saw, the ice cream sandwiches are the base of it. So you're not going to be without ice cream. Remember, your fingers and hands are your best tools. I'll put a little more in that corner, because you want it to be totally full when you get it all in there. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? Now, I get the lick because I'm here. Now you're going to take, as though it's going to get any better, you're going to spread over it hot fudge. Look at that. This is not a diabetic, just so you know. Is that beautiful? Oh, cut that when it gets all set up. Just a minute, we're not done yet. Now we're going to take caramel. If I can get the lid off. Okay. And we're going to take the caramel and we're going to drizzle this. Oh, don't tell me this doesn't look wonderful. And when that's all frozen and set up, now we're not done yet. Now we're going to take bananas. Because it's a banana split. We're going to take this and just cut it all over the top. Every bit of this is going to be in just one container, one nice cutting. Now I know that all the kids at home are going, "Hey Mom, that's the one we want. Whatever that lady's been making, this is the one we want." You're not done yet. Now we're going to put what would be a banana split without maraschino cherries. And whipped cream. Pour this out. Now see, the kids can help you with this. Not like they wouldn't like it anyway. Here, let me put this. All righty. You don't have to put these on if you don't want to. These can be a little expensive. Okay, now what we're going to put over the top of this is Cool Whip. Is that pretty? You know, this could be a birthday cake. Wouldn't this make an awesome birthday cake? Take it and put all your pretties on the top and all your candles, and I don't know any child that would not like a birthday cake like this. And you know, with the ice cream sandwiches, the ice cream, you probably, at the most, probably have maybe $5, $6 in this. Okay. And what's even better is the child could help you make it. All righty. And let's just take a few of these pecans. Now you could take marshmallows and put over the top of this. You could put little chocolate chips, the little tiny chocolate chips. Just so many ways that your imagination can go. You could ask the child, what does he want? Johnny, what do you want on your banana split? He might want all chocolate ice cream. He might want all strawberry. But ask him what he would like to have. Okay, let's stick this in the freezer. You know, this has got to weigh 10 pounds. Easy. Let that puppy set up. Okay, what we're going to do now is I have some dried apple pieces. And what we're going to do is we're going to make, scoot some of this stuff all out of the way. We'll set our ice cream back in the freezer. Somebody ate my lid. Did anybody see my lid? Oh no. Well, I don't want it to thaw anymore, so I'm just going to stick it in here. All righty. These are apple crisps. What they are, they're dehydrated apples. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make with our chocolate chip, but these are going to be the mini chocolate chip. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make, first of all, I'm going to use peanut butter. and take, about a quarter cup of peanut butter. That's about a quarter of a cup, I think. We'll stir this in a little bit. Let's take this in the microwave. We're going to heat this up about a minute. Let's start 45 seconds to start with. And what we're going to do, we're going to add our chocolate chips into it once it gets warm. And then we'll put it in here, and then you take the apple pieces and dip it in this chocolate mixture, and it's wonderful. These are great hors d'oeuvres or something if you're having a get-together, a family get-together, and that really makes it nice. People just walk along, take a piece of apple, dip it in there, and go along their way. Alrighty, remember our scripture, 3:2 of Colossians, set your affections on earth, on things above, not on the earth. Okay? Keep that in mind. Here we go. Add your chocolate chips. This is about, a third of a cup. And the hot peanut butter will melt these chocolate chips. And this will stay smooth, and it'll stay, liquidy for it to be able to dip their apples in. Okay, let's get this in here. All righty. So here we have our fudge. We have our apple dip. And let me show you and this is the banana split. I'm so glad you could be with me today. These are the finished of this. So you can see where it sets up, makes a nice, beautiful piece of candy. But I'm so glad you could be with me today. Remember, I'll be here again tomorrow. Join me, because I would love to have you.
Thank you for joining Pastor Judy Stett. If you'd like to drop her a line, send it to Food for Body and Soul, P.O. Box 5310, Hemet, California 92544. Don't forget to visit our website, almv.us or abundantlifeministriesofthevalley.com.